Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Abby. You guys are bent. And I warmly welcome you to the Caribbean and to my container garden here in Trinidad and Tobago. This morning I am just picking out all of the pimento trees off of both trees because I don't want the tree to start feeling that it's doing its job in producing seed. Majority of the fruits are starting to turn color. These things are absolutely delightful. They add so much flavor to your meals. It has no spice in it at all, but the flavor, oh, it's amazing. This pepper packs a punch when it comes to flavor. It's also known as a flavor pepper. Sometimes when these fruits are, well, sometimes when they're cross-pollinated or grown near a hot pepper field, you will come across one that's flavorful and yet spicy. So not all the time it's not spicy. Sometimes you can get a spicy one, especially if it was cross-pollinated before. So guys, I told you before last year, I think it was last year, no, the year before, that would have been 2022, I had a great crop of pimentos, and I had about 2 gallons of pimentos frozen in the freezer, and I didn't have to buy pimentos for the entire year, guys. I just kept using that. It was quite a bit, and I didn't have to buy pimento peppers for the flavor profile in our meals. To be honest, the ones that we grow at home is so much, I don't know, it's so much more flavorful. And I'm not being biased, guys. It's just an absolute fact that using homegrown pimentos, I don't know, it's just a whole different experience in comparison to using a store-bought one. I don't know why. If you do know why, you could let me know in the comment section down below why that's the case. This morning, guys, I want to catch you guys up on the sulfur experiment that I was doing and whether it worked or not. Now, in the chicken coop where I sprayed sulfur, the chickens aren't scratching and their behavior isn't aggressive towards their grooming as I noticed before. Somebody laid a nugget. Yeah, so they're not as aggressive in their grooming habits. So I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure if it's the sulfur, if it was the treatment. I don't know, guys, but I can tell you that in the chicken coops, I'm seeing drastic improvement. And I said to myself that I would keep treating every 14 days because, like I said before, too much of a good thing can easily become a bad thing. So every 14 days, I would spray, inside the coop with that sulfur. I also put it on these bean plants behind me, and I did see some drying of some of the mites that were there, but to be honest, it still had a whole bunch of mites on the plant, so I can't say that it was 100% effective. All I can tell you guys, I'm at war, and I am not giving up until I get these pesky creatures out of my garden. They can just, a plant could be green today and tomorrow it's yellow. I don't know how they do it, but it is insane. So I will show you how the plant is looking, and I will also tell you some of the additional things that I did to the plants. Just in case you're having spider mites, this is going to be something where you're just going to have to go with all your might until it goes. Because it really is a challenging thing to get out of the garden. Oh, nice. This one is fully ripe. Still crunchy. So before I show you the beans, how they are looking right now, I want to show you guys the onions, my sad onions. Some of them just dried back. Look at that. I don't know if it will go to seed. but that's what's happening right now. I have some seedlings that I'm gonna keep trying till I find the right container for onions. But apparently, this is not working out in this container either. I don't know if I have too many things going on here, but I have a pearl onion. That's what I got. A nice pearl onion. All right, enough with the onions. So, guys, this is how the beans are looking. Yesterday, as I said, we had lots and lots of rain, and before the rains came down, I came down with soapy water and I sprayed the plant. That's just before the downpour began, because my thought was that, the soap, what if it got in contact with the spider mites, it might have killed the spider mites and the rain would have washed off the soapy residue off of the plant. My problem with soapy water is that it burns the leaves, it burns the flowers, and it actually causes flower drop on plants, in my opinion. That might not be in your case, but I'm not a big fan of the soapy water. Guys, a lot of the soaps that we use, they're chemically based. They're chemically based and they are not designated for agricultural use unless you're using agricultural soap. And this soap is one that cuts. It's a cutting kind of detergent. It cuts grease, it cuts everything. So in my opinion, using this soap on plants, I found that it's a very thin line. And I haven't mastered that skill of using this soap on my plants. But what I what I said was to myself was that since the rain was coming, I didn't have blazing sun, I could try and use the soapy water to combat, let it get in contact with the bugs, because I do know that when this soap gets on bugs, it kills them instantly. So I said, well, maybe I can try that effect just before the rains began. And let me show you the outcome of it. I'm really not versed in this, guys. I am learning and sharing at the same time, just in case it might be helpful to somebody. I don't know. Regarding it, I'm just winging it here. So in a matter of days, my leaves turned from beautifully green. They were looking like this. See how these ones are? These are the striped beans. They were looking quite like this, were more lush than this. And within a matter of days, guys, it turned into this. And that's after I pulled out a lot of the beans in the other planter. I saw that there was like this big rush onto these beans and they just went downhill. But I am not pulling these beans out because these are my golden wax beans. And I think yesterday I saw one that was actually golden. I don't know if I will see it today. But yeah, yesterday I saw one that was actually golden. So getting back, I'm getting distracted. Underneath the leaf here, I don't know if you can see it, but I am seeing a whole bunch of dried up bugs. Oh my gosh, still moving. It's still moving. So I'm still seeing movement of the animals underneath the leaves. I'm fighting so I'm fighting so hard. I'm almost close to my wits end. These I don't know. Do you think these were created in a lab or something? Is this some kind of biological weapon or something? This cannot be normal. This cannot be normal. Anyway, it is what it is. Let's talk about something more positive, guys. Look at this corn. It's tasseling. So it's about my height now. I'm 5'5", and that's how tall the corn is. I think it's doing okay. It has the tassels, the flags on the top. I am not seeing any ears as yet. But I think an ear might come here, and I think a next one might come here as well. I think I might get two ears here. Guys, I went and washed my hands. If you're having an infestation on your plants, wash your hands. Every time you're touching a plant that has something on it, wash your hands with soap before you go touching another plant. So I did that already. And I'm going to show you guys my corn. I'm so happy about it. So this one is beginning to tassel. I think that one stalk seems, I'm not sure yet, it seems to be getting 2 ears of corn. That would be really good. And below here, let me show you closer. It's the next wave of corn. We had plenty rain yesterday, so one of them is starting to lean over. So I'll just get me some dirt and hill up those in there just to stabilize them a bit more inside the container. Guys, it is not even a week since I transplanted this mulberry tree. Look at all that new growth happening on this mulberry. That is so good. So, so good. The dragon fruit, I am not sure. I'm, I'm not sure what's happening in here. The plant still feels firm. It feels firm down here. I'm hoping that it is catching and that it is happy where she is. And she's quite spiky. The whole plant, it seems firm. So what I think I would do is that I would get a pencil and mark where she is. And if she passes that line, then I would know, okay, she is growing taller and taller. My husband, he's going to make that square on the top here for me. So that when she gets up here, I can allow her to branch over. And fruits. The sun is hot. We need to get out. Not only is it hot, it is still. Absolutely, absolutely still. And when it is still, they say usually it's something brewing out at sea that pulls all the wind. So, guys, there's not much more to talk about this morning. I have to harvest a pumpkin, my one pumpkin. It didn't rot, and I'm going to harvest her because we're expecting more rain in the forecast, and get her upstairs where it's dry so that she can start to cure, and she could be put down for storage for a couple months until I'm ready to cut into her. I also have a little teeny tiny one. I'll show you guys that as well. Teeny tiny one in the back here. Teeny tiny. This vine is not healthy at all, but that is actually enough for one meal for us, a family of 4. And everything else is growing pretty good in the back here. The pineapples, look how big they've gotten. They've grown. They've all grown. They've all stabilized and rooted. This one hasn't. That one hasn't flowered as yet. The ginger is still growing. Still have ways more to go. And the plantain is still growing. All in all, guys, I don't know if the sulfur worked. No, the sulfur didn't work because I still have mites. So it didn't work on the beans, which was where it is right now affecting me. It seems as though beans, they prefer the bean plants. So if you have like bean plants in your garden, I think most of them will go towards the beans and the peppers. They love both of those species. So until we could find a way to eradicate it, or if you have it in your garden or had it in your garden and you use something that got rid of it, please share it with me in the comment section down below. I am trying my hardest. I do believe that I contracted this by bringing plants home from nursery, specifically the flower plants, because one of the nurseries that I bought plants from, I went back there and I noticed that all of the plants in that nursery was riddled in spider mites. So uh, when you're going to buy plants, pay attention to all the plants in a nursery, because this is something that was new to me, and I do believe that I pick it up from picking up a new plant from the nurseries. Anyway, guys, this is not to blame anyone. This is we're trying to find a solution, and we're going to try and find it together. So far, I've been using the the insecticides, which knock them back, but these insects are quite resilient and they reproduce rather quickly. I think it's every minute they make babies, because this is insane. And even though they are not fully eradicated in the garden, I am seeing improvement. I'm getting fruiting. You guys remember whole last year I was fighting my tail up to get fruits, but I'm getting fruits now. I'm seeing improvement. It's not as fast as I want it, but it is improvement, and we're going to take the improvement and keep working on it. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, or you appreciate my honesty, you appreciate my honesty in telling you that the sulfur did not work. The soapy water does not work for mites, and I made that soapy water so soapy. It was so slippery. The plants were so slippery. It does not work for these creatures. Um, so the insecticides work to a degree. I'm telling you guys from experience here that spider mites is very, very, very hard to eradicate once you have it in your garden. So do all you can, inspect every plant, pay attention, don't 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 turn a blind eye to it. Don't turn a blind eye to it, because once it gets out of hand and it takes over your whole garden, it's gonna make you weep. All right, guys, enough of me ranting right now. I'm going to pick my pumpkin, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. If you haven't already subscribed, bye, y'all.